I'm completely blind and I'm getting married next year, but I can't see my wedding dress. So how does that make me feel? Grab a cup of tea and let's chat disability. And welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a video all about how I feel wearing, picking and talking about my wedding dress, which was a big event in my life exactly almost a year ago today, last November. I actually picked my wedding dress with the brilliant Gok Wan on Just Say Yes to the Dress. It was a bit surreal then, it's still a bit surreal now. I'm a lucky ducky. It was ever so brilliant. But I just wanted to tell you a bit about the behind the scenes, sort of how I felt about that whole experience and how I feel about my appearance now that I am completely blind, and how I'm going to feel about my wedding dress on the day. So let's go on with it. My first thoughts, even before Say Yes to the Dress rang me, were, oh my gosh, I'm getting married, but I don't want to think about my wedding dress and it's all going to be really overwhelming, and I'm going to take Alice, Kaz and Mom, which Kaz is my auntie, Alice is my sister, down to some sort of wedding dress shop somewhere. And I thought, it's not an activity that I can partake in because I'm completely blind. I'm not going to be able to see what I look like. I'm not going to feel very good. I feel fat and ugly and annoyed that I can't see myself in a mirror. I was having all these really negative thoughts which aren't true, and I thought I would drag my family into a room and I'd be like, how do I look? And they'd be like, gorgeous. And I'd be like, okay. And then I'd try another one and they'd be like, gorgeous darling. And I'd be like, I don't feel very gorgeous, but was the first one more gorgeous than the second one? And how am I meant to assess that? And it's just all overwhelming. And I thought, I'm gonna have to go on like 7 or 8 different dress try-ons and I'm never gonna decide, and I'm just gonna feel really, really rubbish. I don't know why. I just put so much emphasis on it, and I think because weddings are so important in my head, I think socially, because there's so much importance put on the bride's appearance, I was very nervous. Next thing I know, I'm getting a call, and on the other end of the phone is the lovely team from Say Yes to the Dress, and I'm like, huh? What, me? You want me to try a dress on the telly? I don't know how I feel about that, little old me. And they were like, yes, we'd love you to, with Gok, and he'll help you pick it. And I'm like, what? It's so visual, it's such a visual show. I didn't know loads about it because, I don't know, I didn't think to watch a show like that, but since I've actually really binged it and it's addictive, you guys should check it out if you haven't already. But I was kind of overwhelmed because I was like, oh, I don't feel that great, and I thought, you know what? I don't feel that great about it, but I'm gonna give it a go. It's a new experience. You have to say yes to things in this life. If you don't say yes, then you're never gonna get the opportunity. So I was like, yes, 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 of course. I will come down. But in the car on the way down, I was like, is this the right decision? Am I gonna feel okay in front of all these cameras? You know, is it almost emphasizing the fact that I can't see because I've got all these cameras and I'm trying it on in front of all these people? And I was kind of a bit teary on the way down with Alice, Kaz and Mom, because I was like, I don't know if I even want to pick it right now in the mental state that I'm, you know, in. It was very, very hard for me. It's so visual, and I thought, I'm not going to be able to see Ollie walking down the aisle, and I'm just not imagining a good headspace with all of this. I'm not feeling good. I'm not feeling fantastic. But when I walked into that room and I met Gok, instantly, I think I was swept up by the whole process, and it was amazing. I think all of my fears went out the window. I was absolutely taken aback by the positivity of every single human being in that room. I started to feel dresses, and they were, you know, zooming in on how I felt about things. It was all about the touch, it was all about the sparkle, because I could just about see the sparkle still in all of the gowns. It was about how everyone felt about it. It became about the emotion and about how I felt. And I was like, suddenly it clicked in my head when Gok was doing all of this imagery, and if you watch the episode, he calls me a fox in the snow, which is absolutely crazy. because he brought this imagery to life in my brain. He sort of picked out the fact that I could see before, and the best times that I ever had when I was losing my vision were in the snow, because it was so illuminated outside for me. Those were the last moments that I sort of had seeing. And he brought that into my dress, and my hair being the colour that it is, and the colour of a fox. It suddenly all came back to me, and it was so emotional. And I only tried on the second dress, and I was gone. I felt so beautiful in it, and I hadn't felt that beautiful in 7 years. And it was Gok making me realise that I don't have to put so much emphasis on visual things. Like, I'm almost forcing my brain into a path that sighted Lucy had, and I don't have to think like that anymore. I can be empowered. I can feel the patterns. I can feel how I feel in something is more to me than looking in a mirror. It is about how I feel in my clothes. It's not about how I look anymore. And it was just so empowering. Just behind the scenes, all of the camera crew was crying. I just stood in that dress and I burst into tears. Gok was crying. We had champagne. He was like, "You found the dress." And I'm just so glad I did it that way. It took out all of the visuals for me. It was one of the loveliest days of my whole entire life. So yeah, it was absolutely brilliant. The funny thing about all of this as well, because the show was aired earlier this year and we're not getting married till next year, Ollie's logged out of all of social medias and banned the words "say yes to the dress" and "blind bride" and everything on his social media. And it's incredible. He has managed to avoid me in my wedding dress. I'm props to him. It's incredible that he's done it. But also, Olga was absolutely loved by the film crew. She was adored all day. She was on her back, and just her cute little smile on the telly is just so cute. And she's going to have flowers on our wedding day. She's going to walk down the aisle with me and my dad. So I'm just getting so excited about my wedding now. And I'm going for the dress fitting soon in November, the end of November. So if you do happen to catch a glimpse of me in my dress on the show, that actually didn't fit me at the time, and they measured all of my body in order to get a custom dress for me, and it took 8 months to hand stitch everything on it, which is absolutely incredible. I can't quite believe that I've got such a crazy and lovely dress. So yeah, thank you to my gorgeous mom for purchasing the dress for me. I will be forever grateful, you lovely, lovely lady. If you want to see my actual dress on and in its full entire glory, check the link here or the link in the description box for the episode on YouTube. It's very exciting, and I still look back on it and I cry at myself because it's very emotional. Very emotional. Also, I will keep you posted about my shoes, because I have done a vlog on my shoes and picking my shoes with my girlies. So stay tuned if you want to know more about my blind bride adventures. And that's it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the insight in a little bit into my brain. And if you have any more questions, please leave them down below. I always love to hear from you guys. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you like my channel and what I do here. And I will see you next Wednesday for a new one. Bye, guys.